Hi students, it's Ms. Boley here. So today we're going to work on drawing our scientific drawings of our beavers. We're going to need a pencil, an eraser. We're going to need maybe some ink markers to outline our drawing. So I have a Sharpie or a Crayola marker, and paper or our visual journals. So one thing we want to focus on is to make sure that we're using up the whole paper. We're trying to make our drawing big to fill up the whole page. So I'm following this tutorial for how to draw a beaver, which is attached to the assignment. So I'm starting out by doing 3 circles to kind of figure out where my beaver's head and body will be. All right, so now I have those mapped out, and I'm going to begin by drawing some of the details on the face. So in the drawing tutorial, it shows me to draw the nose and the ears. So I'm drawing the nose, and then I'm drawing the outline of the head, and I'm kind of drawing some little texture of the fur. And then I have my beaver's ear here. And then I'm gonna draw the mouth. So in the tutorial, how to draw a beaver that's attached, they don't draw the teeth. So I'm going to include the teeth here. Okay, so I'll draw another little kind of bump for the other side of the beaver's mouth. There we go, the 2 little bumps. And then I've drawn a line downwards to be the teeth. And then up. So those are the little beaver's little teeth. And now with those 3 balls, it's easier for me to see sort of where the feet and the back legs should go. So I'm just having a look at my reference image, which is shown in the bottom corner. And so now I'm going to draw the back, the outline of the back, and I'm just using those balls as my guides. And then the front feet. So I'm just going to draw 1 front foot for now. And then I know that that other ball is going to be where the body is, but actually I made a little mistake there. It needs to be a bit thicker. The arm needs to be a bit thicker, so I fixed that up. So just kind of compare yours to the reference image and you should be all good. So here's the back leg. So I'm using where that 3rd bigger ball is going to be sort of where the leg comes down. I'm just fixing up the claw so it looks more like what is in the reference image. And then the bum. And now I'm going to draw the tail. So my image has the tail going backwards out, but there's not enough space on my paper for that. So I'm going to do it downwards like that. Now I'm going to do something called cross hatching. So that's where I do lines in one direction with my pencil, and then I cross over them with lines in the opposite direction. So sometimes cross hatching is used to make texture, and sometimes it's used for shading. So in this case, I'm using it to make the beaver's texture, the beaver's tail texture. So now I'm going through and I'm going to erase those circles that I drew, and then I'm going to do some details like the beaver's eye and the other front paw and any other like fixing or changing that I need to do. All right, so I'm going to draw the beaver's other front paw. So it's a little bit smaller than the other one because it's behind, it's farther away. And then I'll draw the eyes, and it looks like in my picture he has like little eyebrows. So I'm going to draw those in. And there's kind of a little bump to show the other eye that you can't see that's on the other side of his head. So now I'm going to do some more details. So I'm doing the whiskers and a little bit of texture for the fur. So because this is a scientific drawing, I want it to be clear. I'm not going to do too much lines for texture. I'm just going to do a few little hints. So I'm just drawing some little kind of up and down type lines for my fur texture. All right, so now I'm gonna start to outline my beaver. So I'm using a thicker Crayola marker at first, and I kind of realized that this marker is a bit too thick for me. I didn't really like it, so I drew some of the lines that I wanted to be a bit darker using this marker, and then I'm going to switch over to my Sharpie marker because the tip is a little bit thinner. And if you even have a fine tip marker, a fine tip Sharpie, you can use that as well. So it's nice to use different weights of markers, like thicker and thinner markers, when you're doing things like this. Okay, so I'm gonna go over those texture lines for the fur, and then I'm gonna do some little grass, just kind of give a hint of where the ground would be. And then I'm gonna go over the cross hatches on the beaver's tail. So I'm making them a bit closer together than they were in my pencil sketch, just so that they're more, I guess they're more darker. Okay, once the ink is fully dried, give it a second, I'm gonna go in and erase my pencil lines. And after I'm done erasing my pencil lines, then I'm done with my drawing, and I'm gonna need to take a photo of it and upload it onto my computer so that I can insert it into the Beaver slide or Beaver drawing gallery slideshow, and also add the labels. So there we go, we have a cute little beaver sitting in the grass. Here I am in the Beaver Drawing Gallery slideshow, which is attached to this assignment on your Google Classroom. You're now going to insert your drawing, and you're also going to label your drawing. So what I want to do is I want to find a blank slide that doesn't have any pictures on it, and it doesn't have anybody's name on it. So this looks great. I'm gonna start by adding my name. It's really important that you put your name so that we know who did this drawing. Now I have taken a photo of my drawing and I've uploaded it onto my computer, so it's ready to be inserted. So how I'll do that is I'll click on Insert, I'll click on Image, and I'm gonna choose Upload from my computer because I have my image uploaded on my computer. If you have it in your Google Drive or in some other way, then you can click on one of these. So Upload from computer, and then here it is, Beaver drawing. Awesome. Okay, so now one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to crop out all of this part along the sides. That's not my drawing, that's my table. So I want to crop that out so that it's easier for me to label. So this stage is optional depending on your photo. But how I'll do that is I'm going to click on this little thing here, crop image, and it's going to bring up this outline around my image. And I'm just going to drag the outline over to the side, cropping out all of the extra area around the edge. I can even crop out this part, there's nothing on this part of the page, so I might as well crop it. Okay, great. So now I'm going to start by I'm going to label. So I have these labels here over here. So what I'll do is maybe I will type something into one of them. So I'd like to label the beaver's tail. So I'll click on that box and I will delete the word label. And I will type in the word tail. Great. So now one thing that because I just inserted the photo and the labels were already here, if I move this over here, it's gonna disappear behind my drawing, which I definitely don't want. So what I'll have to do is I have to make sure that the label is clicked on, and I'll click on Arrange, and I'll click on Order, and I'll choose Bring to Front. So I want my labels to be in the front. So I have my labels in the front. And then I probably maybe I could even move my label over here. It doesn't need to be actually in the front there, but there we go. So now I have the word tail, but I want to put an arrow or a line over to the tail to show where the tail is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this. I'm going to select an arrow. And I'm going to have my line coming from this box over to that. And I think I can change the color of the line. So I can change it to be black. I can change it to be gray. I could change the thickness of the line to make it a little bit thicker. And there we go. So I have the tail. So I'm going to want to try to label 3 to 5 things. So I have 5 different label boxes for you. And so yeah, that's how we're going to do that. So let's label one more thing just to do that again, just to make sure that we're clear what to do. So I'm going to label the teeth. Okay, and again, if I have my box right here on top of my drawing, it's going to disappear because it's behind, because it's behind the drawing. So I'm going to click on Arrange Order, forwarding to front. Okay, now I have it in the front. Perfect. But I might actually want to just drag this over here so it's more closer to Beaver's teeth, because I might want to label the whiskers. And so I'll label the teeth from down here, and I'll put my label for the whiskers up here. So now I'm going to draw the arrow. So I'm going to click, remember, select line. It's already on arrow for me now. So select line, change it to arrow. Click on the teeth box and draw the line over to the teeth. And I like this thick arrow. It's easier to see. So I'm going to change the weight of the arrow to 3, and I'm going to change the color to black. There. So remember, you're trying to label 3 to 5 things. And if your words are disappearing, if your picture is bigger and your words are disappearing behind, you're going to want to make sure you click Arrange and then Bring to Front. All right, so I'm really excited to see all of your beaver drawings, including the labels. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching.